title for today is to perform the structural evaluation of an unknown protein. We will be doing this. Okay. Before going to the structural evaluation, I will also show you how to retrieve a sequence from NCBI database, because that is a very important one, because otherwise you won't be able to move forward. Okay. So I'll be showing you that before performing the structural evaluation. Just a minute. I'm just opening the Google interface. Here you will be you will have to enter NCBI. Okay. Just a minute. I just bring my mic here. Okay, this is our NCBI. Now here you have to go through this section. After you have reached this interface, this is the NCBI interface. See here what you can do. You can deposit your data after performing it in experiment, handout experiment. You can download any NCBI data to your computer. You can learn different tutorials, even you can download them as well. You can analyze this NCBI tool, and you can even explore the NCBI for further research and collaborate projects as well. So it's a very interesting app. It's a very interesting database where you can do a lot of tasks here. It's a very important, very friendly as well. Now what you are supposed to do, if suppose you have to retrieve any any kind of data. Okay, you have to do any kind of data. You have to retrieve any sequence. For example, I want to retrieve a protein sequence of keratin. So in all databases, you need to search. See here, I am trying to find out the protein. If you have to do with a nucleotide sequence, if you have to find a nucleotide, you will be clicking here, the nucleotide. But since I am doing a protein, I have to retrieve a protein sequence, so I will be clicking on the protein. After that, in this toolbox, you have to write the name of the protein that you are looking for. I am looking for keratin protein, so I'll click on keratin. Then I'll be using an AND operator. That is, this is very, the IT students are very much well accustomed with this term called Boolean operator. I'll be using AND, and then I'll be entering the name of the species of whose keratin I am looking for. Once you have entered, then you will be clicking on Go option. And with again a new interface will be opening where you will be getting all the results. I think it has opened. Sorry. Yes, see here you're getting the results. You will be getting a lot of proteins. Yes. See, it is actually different lengths of proteins, like 244 amino acid is there, 472 amino acid, 505 amino acid, and we'll get lots of many other chains of amino acid. But here I'll be working with 474 amino acid. Okay. See, I'm just clicking here. You will be getting the details about this protein. Okay. You will be getting everything. You will be getting an accession number. This is called an accession number. This is called an accession number. It is a very unique number that is given to this file, and once it is given, you can't change the data. Then here everything about the organism, like if it is for Homo sapiens, like chordata, vertebrata, then it's mammalia, then means everything about Homo sapiens, it is given, the kingdom to which it belongs, the genus and all, everything has been given here. And in what journal it is published. PubMed is what? PubMed is called as a literature database, where every literature is stored. Whatever the work has been performed upon keratin, you will get that. It is all about the details. Now here you will be getting the sequence. Okay, this is our sequence. This is our amino acid sequence of keratin protein. But this is not the end, because ultimately we have to retrieve the sequence in FASTA format. Now FASTA is a kind of a format, like whenever we do any kind of, we have to perform any Word document, then after saving it, we have to save it in a format which is like, it ends with .doc, or for PDF, it is .pdf. So similarly, in case of storing any kind of FASTA sequence, not only for storing purpose, purpose, the main purpose behind it is that whenever we have to perform like an alignment, doing alignment or any other task, we need to store them in a specific format. That I'll be doing it. That specific format is called as the FASTA format, because only FASTA format is acceptable, no other formats are acceptable. So that's why we have to retrieve the sequence in FASTA format. So let's see how to retrieve a FASTA format. So see here, you can see the FASTA. You'll be simply clicking here and there will be a new page open. Yes. So this is our FASTA format. The sequence is in the FASTA format. So finally we have been able to successfully retrieve the FASTA format. I'll be doing one thing here. I'll be simply selecting the entire sequence. I'll be copying the entire sequence. Just a minute. I'll be copying the entire sequence. So sorry. Just a minute. See, I have copied the entire sequence. Okay. I'm clicking on the option like copy. See, I have copied it. Okay. Now, why I have done this copy? Because I'll be requiring this sequence. It is very important. Now, coming back to my PPT again. Coming back to my PPT. Our topic is like we have to do the structural evaluation of the unknown protein. Unknown protein is our keratin of Homo sapiens. What we need to do, I have written here, this is the flowchart way of understanding and how to evaluate the structure of a protein. I have used here two types of database. One is called PDB, another is called ITASR. PDB is called as the protein data bank, where you will be simply getting the protein, and I will show you right now that how you can do it. Like see, either you can access the PDB only, or you can directly go from here. So see here you can get the protein 3D structure, or else you can simply copy this. I can't do this thing. Just a minute. I have the sequence, right? Let it be. I am opening one more page here. Okay, I'll be typing as PDB. Just see here RCS PDB. This is already after searching. I am getting it here. Now here you'll be asked that what kind of you are trying to search. I'm searching for keratin. Keratin. They will be giving you lots of, the search result will be a huge one. You'll be getting lots of, there is no. I hope you can all see the structure of protein. This is a 3D structure of protein of this wild type heterocomplex between coil 1b domains of the human intermediate filament, the filament proteins of keratin. You can see this is the X-ray diffraction. Okay, this is experimentally validated one which has been placed here, and you will get lot many of keratin of humans. Okay, because I've not mentioned from which part, so that's why they have given lots of results. So in PDB you can do this. You can get the structure very easily. These are all basically scientifically validated structures. Or else you can do one more way, which is which takes a bit time, but I will be showing you once that in this way also you can do it. That is I'll be using another kind of database. It's a type of a software where you can predict the structure of a protein, 3D structure of a protein, that is called ITASR. I'll be using this. Now at the very starting of this experiment, I told you that I have copied the sequence. Now why I have copied, I'll be telling you. What is ITASR? ITASR is a kind of a server where you are going to predict the functions and protein structure. Okay. So here this is called as iterative threading assembly refinement. It is a hierarchical approach for the protein structure prediction as well as the structure based any kind of function annotation. It is a very interesting way to how to predict the structure. Simply what you are going to do, here see it is written copy and paste your sequence that will be within 10,000 residues in a FASTA format. I told you about FASTA format, right? Now this FASTA format will be used here and it is having a very important application, because this, since it is written, see, it is clearly written in the form of FASTA format, so I have to give the input in the FASTA format only, and I have already retrieved the sequence, so I'll be pasting here. I'll be pasting here. Very sorry. Just a minute. See, I have entered my sequence here, okay, that I have retrieved from NCBI database. But I have to remove this part, okay. I have to remove this part. Only I'll be left over with the sequence. This sequence is in the FASTA format. Or else you can do one more thing. You can easily copy paste, like the way I've copy pasted it. You can open a Word document file. From there also you can simply upload the sequence from your local computer. That is a Word document file. You can do that way. Here what you have to do, here you have to enter the email of the standard email, because in iTestr you have to create an account. Okay, and this is compulsory for doing any kind of analysis in iTestr. Using iTestr, you have to have a account. Okay, since I'm already having an account here, so I don't have to do this. I don't have to log in here. But here you have to do an iTestr. You will be generating an iTestr ID, or else you will not be able to perform any experiment using iTestr. You will be entering your email ID. You will be entering the password that is being provided. Then you will have to give an ID. This is optional. You can give the name to the protein. For example, I have done my experiment on keratin. Okay, so I'll be writing keratin. Then you will be entering the password and the ID and all. Sorry, I've entered in the email box. Here you have to write it like I have done my experiment on keratin. Simply you will be writing this. Then you will be running the iTestr. See, I have. It will not work because I have not entered my email ID as well as the password. Once this is done, okay, once this is done, this will show error because it will take time. I have not entered my email ID. Okay, so in this way you'll be doing it. You will get a result after. If your luck is very good, you'll be getting it within 1 to 2 days, but it generally takes a bit time. Here I am. This is the way you have to retrieve a protein structure using iTestr. This is the way. That is only written in the flowchart manner, that what you are supposed to do here. Okay, and you can see that finally we have to open the iTestr window, and this is the bioinformatics method in order to predict the 3D structure of a protein molecule from amino acid sequence. And also it will detect the structural templates from the PDB by the technique we called it as fold recognition. And after that we'll be copy pasting the sequence, and the way I showed you, will be retrieving them. Now this is the observation. The observation after completing this experiment will be getting that we'll be successfully retrieving the 3D structure by using the iTestr, which is required for the evaluation of the structure. And this is I also explained about that what is about iTestr all about, and through this technique only, this is a very topic of research field of structural biology that helps that applies techniques and tools such as NMR spectrometry and X-ray crystallography. I told you that these are experimentally, and this is the outcome of the result that I got. Okay, because this is the iTestr data that I got, and because it will take time, even if I do the experiment right now, it will take some time. So I have just pasted the result. This protein will look somewhat like this. That is the ultimate outcome of our today's experiment, and this is our learning outcomes, that what you have learned from this experiment, that it identifies all the structural templates from the rich data source of the protein data bank by the multiple threading approach technique. This is a technique that iTestr is mainly mainly undergoes by this technique only. So that's all about the today's experiment. I'll be bringing some more experiments, more interesting and cool experiments, because this is one I thought which we need to know. Okay, and without understanding the protein 3D structure, which plays a very important role, you need to understand, you need to know how to identify, how to predict this protein structure, and finally evaluate that protein structure. So I'll be soon bringing up with some very cool and easy experiments on bioinformatics. I hope that you all enjoy this video and along with me. And please, if you're performing the experiment, please open my video, and you just follow the instructions that I have given today. It is very simple and very easy way. You can easily evaluate the the structure of a protein by sitting at home only at your comfort zone. Thanks so much, and if you really like the video, then please give a like and subscribe our channel. Thanks so much.